Welcome everyone to episode 29 of the Brewhouse podcast between two brothers where we talk about gaming, tech, entertainment, and everything in between. We're back from a little hiatus. We both no-lifed classic WoW when it came out, and then just between work and other stuff going on, we had to take kind of a break, but we're back, and this episode is going to be our recap / our thoughts on episode 1 of The Mandalorian. So we are going to be doing one of these for every episode of The Mandalorian. We're also going to start doing them for, I think we're going to do them for The Witcher, right? Do you want to do them for The Witcher?
Yeah, we'll probably do it for The Witcher, and then we'll probably do it for each of the Marvel shows
Yeah.
too that come out.
Yeah,
Because
so
I saw they started filming the Winter Soldier Captain Falcon show.
I saw their outfits came out or leaked, or the concept art. They look really good. Anyway, The Mandalorian started, and we're gonna do like a brief, very brief, non-spoilery, our thoughts on it. Whether we were impressed, let down, so on and so forth. I'm gonna go out and say I was very nervous for this show.
Absolutely.
I was scared. 'Cause, I mean, let's face facts. The past couple Star Wars things have not been great. I mean, Force Awakens was good.
Force Awakens was very good.
Yeah,
but I can tell you the one thing that gave me hope that knowing it wouldn't be bad is Jon Favreau.
Yeah, same here.
That's the only reason that I knew at best it was going to be good.
So
I had a feeling it wasn't going to be great, but it's good.
It has the potential to be great after that first episode.
Absolutely.
Like, I've been seeing people ask, is it worth getting Disney Plus just for The Mandalorian? Absolutely. And if you're just going to get it for The Mandalorian, I guarantee you there's other stuff on there you're going to want to watch. Because they have Star Wars Rebels, they have the Clone Wars, and all that's canon.
All Star Wars, all Marvel movies are on there.
All
from
Disney
the get-go.
movies.
I mean, Endgame's on there. I mean, all the National Geographic stuff's on there that I didn't even realize was going to be on there. So, I mean, the fact is, with our subscription, we need to change it, especially for next year, because I could have added it to my Hulu Live and ESPN Plus account and got it for $6 a month.
Well, $6 included with your other stuff. But you can do the bundle for like $14, where you get that Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus for I think it's $14.
Well, I need to look into it, but I pay $60 a month for Hulu Live TV and ESPN Plus, so I think it would have been like an additional like $5 or $6 a month just to add it to that.
I'm saying
as opposed to the $70 a year that we got it for.
Yeah, something like that.
Which
anyway, so
I guess would come out to the same.
Yeah, The Mandalorian, it feels very Star Wars like the sets are really good. I really enjoyed the music. It was different from what we're used to. It's very good. And there's enough to make it feel Star Wars, but there's also enough that's like, okay, this is kind of new. This is kind of something we haven't really seen. It kind of feels like what Solo wanted to do,
right?
Potentially. But I feel like with this they can flush it out a lot more. And potentially get it right.
Yeah, I was very happy with almost 90% of it was practical effects.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is why I like Force Awakens so much, because when J.J. Abrams was in charge, he realized, okay, we're going to shoot this movie the same way the original trilogy was shot, and little to no CGI, all practical effects. Shoot it on the same camera, not in front of a green screen or anything like that. I think there's just one part that was shot in front of Force Awakens. Yeah, the only part that was shot in front of like a green screen was Han Solo's death. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, then that's because they were out on the bridge and it was
but that made for a good
shot. Yeah, that made for a good shot. All right, so I guess we can give our ratings now, just so people know before we get into the spoilers. What did you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it, say like 5 being okay. Anything less than that, I'll probably give like a 7 for this episode. I give it a 7.
I give it a 9.
There's it started off slow. The blue guy at the beginning was a bit too much. It seemed so. As we talked like quickly beforehand, this is Disney Plus. I'm expecting these. Yes, it's not movies, but some of the budgets, especially when we get to the Marvel stuff, the budgets per episode are almost mini movies.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
So
like 10 million per episode or something like
yeah,
that.
so I'm almost expecting that quality, and I don't want this show to be, now no knocks on it because the first couple of seasons were good. I don't want this to be Agents of Shield to the Avengers, as as I
Yeah.
don't want this to relate. They're like, oh, this is gonna be the Agents of Shield of Star Wars.
Yeah,
You
to
know,
where not enough
it
people
was
care about it for it to go on, or it drags
yeah.
on for too long almost.
And from what it seems like, I'm glad they're not doing the Boss of the Week style TV show.
Yep.
So they got away from that right off the bat. So, but no, it's good. I enjoyed it. There's some parts that are slow, like in the middle when he's trying to ride the thing, and
Yeah.
it's
All right, so yeah, I agree with that. That's why I gave it a
yeah,
9, which even then
yeah.
might be a little high. It's probably like 8.5.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying seven. Seven is good.
yeah. Uh I'm just excited for something different. Something
Mhm.
that's not like Jedi focused. Give
Right.
us like the background stuff. And so getting into the actual meat of the episode, like what happened. The setting, for those of you who don't know, 5 years after Return of the Jedi,
Yep.
4 years after the Battle of Jakku, which was when the
Mhm.
Empire was like officially dissolved, pretty much.
Before the First Order.
Yeah, before the First Order. This is all taking place on like Outer Rim planets. The first scene, we won't go too into it. It's the bar scene that was the sneak peek that they showed the day before it released. He walks in, fights the three people or whatever, and the dude that they were picking on in the sneak peek is actually his bounty. You see them like go back to his ship, and one of the first things you notice is he doesn't like droids, because one of the, I guess the courier, he blows in his little flute. It's the same race as the guy that was the spy in A New Hope that ratted out Han Solo and Luke.
Right.
And like a speeder comes up with a droid driving it. He's like, no droids. And he's like, well, this is like perfectly new. He's like, no droids. And I wasn't expecting them to make the Mandalorian. His name, Pedro Pascal leaked his name, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I mean, they said with the subtitles it shows the Mandalorian, so I'm not sure what his name was.
But I wasn't expecting them. I knew he was going to talk. And I think they did very good with, he doesn't talk a lot.
Right.
But when he does talk, it's like you're listening to what he's saying. And he says something important, or like he says something good.
Yeah, he's going to talk when he needs to, especially like at the end whenever, the battle's going on, and it's pretty much like he's got to talk because his life is depending on it at that point. But I mean, after he gets his bounty, he gets on the ship and everything like that. The blue guy's just sitting there just yapping his mouth, and that scene went on a little bit too long.
Yep.
But I guess
I agree. Some of the scenes were funny, but they drug out just a little too long. That later when he's fighting with
a little better.
Later when he's fighting with the droid, there's some back and forth between them that was funny. Went on just a little too long.
See, I was completely okay with that because Tairo Wakiki did an amazing job as the voice of that.
And he actually directed the 8th episode.
And I'm pretty sure he is like, obviously from seeing like, the posters and all the memorabilia from this, he's going to be, there's going to be another droid that comes up. Now, is it going to be, IG-10, or I'm assuming it would be 10 because IG-88 was the bounty hunter in Empire.
Yeah.
So if that was in the past, this is 11. So I wonder if it's, going down or whatever. I don't think it's going to be 11, but I think Taida is going to do the voice for that droid throughout the entire series.
So he gets back to wherever he's bringing in the blue dude. He freezes him in carbonite, which is pretty cool to see. He gets back to like the bounty hunters guild pretty much, and meets up with Carl Weathers' character. Forget his name too, but yeah, I've seen the trailer. Offers him Imperial credits, like these aren't good anymore. Like, no, the Empire's gone. So he gives them currency actually from Admiral Akbar's planet.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like gelatinous, or like when he sets it on the table, you can hear it's like a liquid almost. So he takes that and he takes a special bounty, goes to see looks like some magistrate from the Empire or something like that, because they have stormtroopers. And I really liked this because the roles were kind of reversed. When we were first introduced to Star Wars, the rebels were kind of like they were hiding out, kind of hidden. Now it's opposite. The Empire's kind of,
Hidden,
hanging out. Yeah.
working in the shadows. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how the stormtroopers were like ratted down. They look like
Oh yeah, they looked gross.
almost, where they're skinny and their armor was all beat up and everything.
So the dude giving this bounty, he says it doesn't matter if the asset is dead or alive, but there's a doctor that walks in and he looks like official, and we'll bring this up later, but on his arm is actually the logo from the cloning facilities that were on Camino. So just keep that in mind for the end. He says he wants the asset alive, blah, blah, blah. His payment is in Beskar, which is, for all intents and purposes, the vibranium of the Star Wars universe.
Pretty much.
Like, it's the Mandalorian metal. It can block lightsabers, apparently. In the lore, apparently, I've heard that. But it definitely blocks blaster fire. And you want to walk through, like, him taking it to the blacksmith and everything. And like kind of like the Mandalore outpost.
I think that was one of the coolest parts. I got this piece of rare metal that's worth a whole lot of money, but it's, I'm not going to use it as currency. I'm actually going to take it to the Mandalorian blacksmith. And I think that's the character's name, is, the armorer or something like that. And fashion it into, a piece of armor to upgrade, pretty much himself. And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. That he was doing that. So, I think that scene was great.
Yeah, with the flashbacks and everything. Which you learn why he doesn't like droids. It's because his home world or wherever he was living got attacked by the droids during the Clone Wars, and that's why he doesn't like droids anymore. So in the trailer, when you saw the super battle droids behind attacking people in one clip, it was that. So he fashions the shoulder plate, goes off to the bounty. Now this was one of the parts that I kind of had an issue with. I guess if you like work your way around it and like come up with excuses, it makes sense. But he has to learn how to ride those blurg things or whatever. Why couldn't he just take a ship and land like around the area where the bounty was?
This thing that I landed on this planet does intergalactic space travel, but I'm gonna land about 2 miles away from where I actually need to land. Whenever I can just land right next to it and just hop out and go do it.
If you think about it, it makes sense up to a point. At the beginning, he didn't land right next to the cantina. He took the speeder over there and landed far away. But this dude,
wanted to protect his ship.
Yeah, it seemed like he landed really far away. It seemed like could have been a closer place.
The only reason that I can see that they did this is to
character
show
development.
that yeah, I guess, but I mean, he didn't like think back to a past memory to like overcome this thing. He just petted the whatever the hell that was. But no, that whole part I don't really care for. The part that I do care for is, he gets out and he's scoping out these things. You think they're really tiny at first, but then one just runs up and bites him. That shows that he's vulnerable, even though he got this new piece of armor and, he's a badass bounty hunter and everything like that. He is still, he can be outmatched.
Oh yeah, he gets kind of beat up this episode.
Yes. So I think that I appreciated that more so than the whole scene of him learning how to ride this dinosaur thing.
Which, again, the practical effects come into play. I almost feel like the guy that teaches him how to ride it could have been CGI, because I don't know if you looked at his mouth when he was talking, but you could tell it was practical effects. And I get there's a budget and all that. But
I would rather that.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, no, I mean, do you want puppet Yoda or do you want CGI Yoda? Puppet Yoda all day long. Yeah. I'll take Yoda from the original trilogy rather than the one from Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but then he can't do all his flips and everything and be a badass.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
He kind of did in Revenge of the Sith.
No, you can just keep showing Count Dooku and Anakin just waving their lightsaber around,
just have Obi-Wan fight the Emperor and die. That'd be better. Yeah. So he gets to his. One thing about the guy though I liked was his ending phrase, like "I've spoken" or whatever. So that was pretty funny. One thing before we go on, I like how there is comedy or comedic moments sprinkled throughout the episode.
Yes,
they
did a good job with that.
It was not too much to where it was like cheesy or corny, but it was enough to kind of I don't want to say liven up the episode, but it was enough to, it was good. It was balanced. So getting to pretty much the climax of the episode towards the end, they get to the post where the asset is being held. You scoping it out, and all of a sudden you see IG-11, which is the bounty droid, and we have never seen these things in action. We had action figures of them. You saw them in Empire Strikes Back, but you're like, all right, are these dudes like really all that? And they are really all that.
No, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was like, spinning his arms around, spinning his eyes around, and it was really badass. They end up working together to get the asset. I thought it was really cool how he used his grapple thing to grab the turret.
Yeah.
And pull it. And at first I was like, okay, that turret was like super far away. And then when he jumps on it, it's like right in front of the door. But I guess it makes sense. When he spun it to get the guy off of it, it pulled him towards him. This was kind of the thing where this is nitpicky, very nitpicky. But he was going to try and hack the door. And the guards got some real bad stormtrooper aim right there.
Bad.
IG-11 was somewhat blocking him.
But IG-11 is also very skinny.
Yeah. So a dude standing still trying to hack a door, to me, there's no way. Another thing, he hops on the turret. The turret couldn't break through like the concrete for all intents and purposes that the buildings were made out of, but it can shoot through this giant metal door with pretty much no problem.
It doesn't even seem like they shot through the door because, I mean, as soon as the door fell, they both stood there and there's no turret. So it almost makes me think that they shot through the door with their blaster. I mean,
sure, yeah, I don't know. Either way,
I did like that IG-11 he's like, oh, this is getting too close. I'm just going to activate self-destruct.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing. I was like, all right, I think they did it like 4 times.
See, I was okay with that though.
Yeah, it was still funny.
That was funny. The blue guy at the beginning, I mean, like the first time it's like ha ha ha, okay, but it's like again and again. It's like if the writing would have been better for his character, yeah, it would have been funnier. But
yeah, it was like that was the character. He was like, all right, I feel like this guy's not gonna be an actual character. IG-11 we'll probably get another iteration of him in the show.
No, I mean on like the banner and stuff like that. So it's it's the Mandalorians, IG-11, and then Gina Carano, whatever her name is.
Gina Carano.
Her character is on there.
So
you want to jump to the end and the big reveal?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So I mean, they go in there. They're looking for a life form. He's got his sensor looking around, and he comes to this shell, this globe like thing. So it's like it's reacting there. So he takes the cover off it, opens it, and it's a baby Yoda. Because I mean, I forget the race name.
There is no race name.
There's no race name.
Okay, so in all the Star Wars lore, it's been referred to as Yoda species. There's no name for the race.
So there's a baby Yoda in there, and you can see why they're going after him because I mean his species is very force sensitive.
Very. We've seen two of them.
Those midi-chlorians are high. So
yeah, because getting into the background real quick. The midi-chlorian count is so high, and say what you want about Phantom Menace.
I was being ridiculous with the midi-chlorians.
Well, no, but it's in the lore. Like it's canon. Yeah. So if you go back to Phantom Menace, Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn was like blown away that Anakin's midi-chlorian count was higher than Yoda's. Right. So that shows how force sensitive they are. I am very excited talking about the emblem that the Doctor had on his shoulder. Yes. It's more than likely some clone of Yoda somehow.
Okay, so that's what you think it is?
I think it's a clone of Yoda. I don't think him
I think he just got down and dirty.
You think maybe, but we've only seen one other of his species in the Phantom Menace for like
I mean, it was a female, so
Yoda and Yaddle. Do you think they got it on?
Yoda and Yaddle, yeah. I mean, you could. I don't. At this point, I don't know. I like that they're taking it now. It makes you think, oh, is he going to go turn him in? Is he going to go get his bounty and everything like that?
I don't think he will.
Seems like he made it connected. I mean, he obviously, so for all intents and purposes, I mean, the Mandalorian's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's the main character of the show, but he is.
I don't think he's. I think he's an anti-hero. I don't think he's a bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Kind
yeah,
of like
okay.
like
I'll
Venom.
say he's an anti. Yeah, I'll say he's an anti-hero. He's definitely not a good guy because
Well,
he's
like the
doing things
newest.
for his. He's
God,
doing things for his own good
yeah.
and collecting, no matter who it is, even if it's some. Because the blue guy could be some like rich banker or something like that,
Mm,
or not necessarily a killer or
yeah,
anything. Someone was pissed off and put a bounty on this guy, so he's
yeah.
gonna go collect it. Go collect the bounty.
He's
So
definitely
that's
not a
what I
good guy.
was. No, so but you do see, like you said, the anti-hero type thing whenever he shoots IG-11,
Hmm.
which them walking in there, you think, oh, cool, he's got this buddy now and everything like that. But I didn't necessarily believe that just because the whole no droids and
Hmm.
all that.
Yeah, he was very adamant about no
Mhm.
droids.
Right.
So I thought the episode was great. I'm excited we get one tomorrow. I
Mhm.
don't think there will be a bombshell at the end of every episode like there was at the end of episode 1.
No,
I think the pacing was kind of slow in this episode, but I get why
I
they
didn't.
did it. Just
I
kind
didn't
of
know.
good.
I was gonna say I didn't know if they like this bounty, like if he's just like the entire first season is gonna be him going after this bounty.
Mhm.
Like he
And
wouldn't find it until the end and bring it back or whatever it is. But this makes more sense that it's something a little bit bigger than that.
yeah, the bounty was just kind of a red herring, I guess you could say. And
Mhm.
it's all right. Well, we have like a species we've seen. This is the third one we've seen of it. We don't even have a name for the species.
Right.
Is the Empire trying to like clone Yodas to have another Force sensitive to be strong enough to like be a new Emperor or something along those lines? So,
So do you think this is a clone or they're trying to get this to clone it and control it?
um, I don't know. It might be like you said. It might be Yoda's child, and they're trying to get it to clone it because it's 50 years old. Yoda died at 900,
Mhm.
I think. Something
So
like
I
that.
mean, it could be the fact that this person is from Kanemo and he's part of the cloning things,
Hmm.
Kamino, and this could be like one of the very last of its species, and they're looking to clone it because it is such force sensitive, and
Hmm.
with the other clones, they're able to program their own intentions and control functions into it. So if they get this, they could clone more of them to make a new, better army,
Yeah,
more or
I
less.
I was always interested in Yoda's race because like if you
Well, because it's a mystery.
yeah, if you look into the lore, it's like he didn't even tell the Jedi Council about his race because he wanted to protect them because
Yeah.
they're extremely force sensitive. Like the two we've seen have been Yoda was like the Grand Master of the Jedi Council, and Yaddle was on the Jedi Council. So the two we've seen are like insanely strong. I think it's pretty cool how hopefully we're gonna find out more. I'm really excited to see where they take this, though. What I was saying about the pacing of the episode, there's kind of parts where the Mandalorians just kind of walking around, not doing anything. They do that to, I guess, kind of throw in some Easter eggs, and then kind of, I guess, just to show like the setting, like
Yeah.
show everything's kind of not in order after the Empire went away. That's what Werner Herzog's character, the guy that gives him the bounty, is like. Are things better since the Revolution? Like, what do you think? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I hope we get to see him all decked out in Beskar. I'm pretty sure we will at one point because I think it was in the trailer. He walked down. He was like fully decked out.
Well, I mean, if he ends up turning this dude in, I mean, he is going to be fully decked out with the
Yeah.
amount of stuff, the amount of plate or whatever you want to call it that he gets.
Yeah. So
It's interesting. I can understand, the pacing. This is the first episode, so the pacing's always going to be a little bit off.
mhm.
They're going to show more like the scenery and like more of him, just how solemn and how quiet and reserved he is.
There will be some
But
more backstory, some more character
oh
development.
yeah, and I'm glad the seasons are only 8 episodes long.
Yeah. I think the thing they did best in this was they grabbed our attention at the beginning. The first scene was, it was action, and then there was kind of downtime, and then there was more action, and then a bombshell. I think the episode was laid out. Like I said, the pacing, it was setting up kind of the setting, but I think how they laid out the episode was very good.
It could have been a little bit longer.
Yeah, I agree. It could have been an hour.
Minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
but I think with what time they had, besides the middle where it's like he was learning how to ride that thing, that was kind of hit or miss. But
yeah,
I loved it. Would you give it a 7?
Yeah,
7. I gave it. Let's say
I said it was good.
Yeah, an 8.5. So there's still, and we're we're the kind of people to nitpick things. So
Oh yeah.
if you're,
I
if
mean,
you,
like,
we're both nerds, so we love this stuff. So, which is why we do this podcast, to get our nerd out and talk about it. Anything else you want to say? I'm excited, man.
No, I mean this. I was hoping that it wouldn't be all CG and everything like
Mhm.
that. I'm glad they didn't give him Slave 3 as a ship.
Yeah, his ship is
Uh,
badass though.
yeah, it is. I
It
mean,
looks cool.
I still like the slave ships, but people are saying, "Oh, this is Boba Fett's son, grandson, whatever." I'm like, no, you don't need to bring. I would be more than happy if there's not a single character referenced from the rest of the Star Wars universe that we know of. I'd be completely okay with that, because that's one of the biggest gripes I have with the Star Wars movies is you have these same group of characters in this entire universe that the story revolves around. Doesn't make sense.
Won't be the case anymore after December. What is it? 20th? December.
Yeah.
Yep. Because
I think it's like 35 days or something.
We're moving to the Old Republic, boys. Hopefully.
Oh, cannot wait with Revan.
Hopefully, yeah. So
I thought they confirmed that already.
They confirmed it's I forget the dude's name. They confirmed the Sith Lord, or they made the Sith Lord's name canon.
Yeah, which is the dude that's studying under Revan.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
but
somehow
it's Old Republic. It'll be Revan.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
but who's directing those? That's not the Double D brothers. They got kicked out.
Yeah, they got kicked out, or they quit. I'm just glad they're not doing it anymore.
Jon Favreau.
Anybody but them.
J.J. Abrams.
I think they confirmed it's not J.J. Abrams or Jon Favreau. They confirmed it, and I'm just glad it wasn't them. Anyway, guys, like we were very don't mess this up for this series, because I feel like the Star Wars community needed something good.
Well, I mean, Star Wars is in such a lull right now. I mean, you got Fallen Order coming out tomorrow, which looks good. I'm still waiting. I'm not going to buy it day one. I'm going to wait to hear what you have to say and see what people have to play. It's just Force Unleashed was good. I mean, the Old Republic was good for all intents and purposes. That it was an MMO.
Yeah.
But I mean, Knights of the Old Republic 2 was the last really good. Well, Jedi Outcast 2 was good. I should take that back. But I mean, I'm waiting to see, because I've heard different things, and I don't know.
I'm going to say this. I'm planning on streaming my whole playthrough of Fallen Order. I heard it's not terribly long. But
I guess with how much backtracking and side quests and everything you do.
Yeah, my whole thing is it's canon. So like your character's going to die at the end.
This takes place
in between
before,
2 and 3.
In between 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah.
Okay. So it happens after Order 80s
66.
66. It happens after that. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like a Padawan, and he survived the attack on the temple or something like that. So maybe we'll see Darth Vader.
I'm don't
kind of hoping, because then it's just like, all right, it's just another Force Unleashed game kind of thing. I want it to be unique, which
those weren't bad. The combat was kind of repetitive, but the games are good. I actually like the story of the first one.
Yeah, the first one was good. The second one was kind of iffy. But anyways, guys, like we were both hesitant. I think our hesitation was, or mine was at least, partially put to rest.
Mine is. I mean, I still have faith it's gonna be good. I mean, it's Disney. I think isn't Kevin Feige over everything Star Wars now too?
I thought it was just Marvel.
Okay. Oh, that's right. He's over all the Marvel TV shows too.
Yeah, like
not just the movies, TV shows.
Anything Marvel is under him now, which is good.
Well, I guess Jon Favreau could just call him up and be like, "Hey, I got an issue over here. Can you come take a look at the script?" Or
I need some story help. Yeah. Anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Next episode comes out Friday, November 15th. So depending on when you're watching this today, we will be covering that one, and it'll probably be out Sunday. We'd say
Sunday, I'd say,
on all podcasts and on YouTube. Be sure to follow each of us. You can see our socials underneath right here. But if you're listening, it's at Brewski on Twitter and all platforms, and then at JT Broussard on all platforms. And this will be going live, like I said, the day, like pretty much Friday, November 15th, on all major podcast platforms as well as YouTube. We do stream these. We'll probably start streaming them. The episodes come out Friday, so what do you think? Sunday night and then post on Monday?
We can stream it, either Saturday or Sunday night. Just
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Depending what's going on. Yeah. I mean, for me with work, it's, hit or miss whenever we're going to be doing it. So it's going to probably be bouncing around between 2 to 3 days.
Yeah. And if we need to, I doubt it'll come to this, but if we need to, I can do a solo episode or just have me on camera and Jonathan in Discord call on his phone.
Yeah, I can always remote call in.
Yeah. So
I got those new AirPods.
Those new AirPods, son.
Hey, I had $100 gift card to Amazon. I had to use it on something.
Hey, I'm not hating. Those things look good. Anyways, guys,
they're crazy.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all watching, and until next time,
keep gaming,
and we will see y'all later. Peace.